Hey YouTube, what's going on? Abyssalwave here, and today I'm going to be answering a question that I've been getting a lot lately, and that is Unholy better than Frost in Tomb of Sargeras? And a follow-up question I get to that a lot, a question that kind of ties into that question, is am I maining Unholy now? Now the simple answer to the question, just going to get right to it, is yes, Unholy is currently better in Tomb of Sargeras than Frost. Notice how I said Tomb of Sargeras? I am not saying for Mythic Plus, I'm just saying for ToS right now, Unholy is just simply better. The tier set, I think, personally, and this is where I get a little opinion-y, I believe the tier 20 for Unholy is far stronger than Frost. I'm not a big fan of the Frost DK one. I don't think it's too strong. But yes, I am also maining Unholy now. You've probably seen this in my videos. I put Unholy footage in the background because that is simply what I'm playing. And you're actually watching it right now. It's kind of nice to play. I really am enjoying it. And the reason I'm enjoying it is it's always nice to try out new builds and new specs. Now, if you're playing a different class and you just don't really want to play the same spec the entire expansion, do you really as a rogue want to play Assassination the entire expansion? No, you probably want to try out Sub a little bit. Same thing if you're a warrior. Do you really want to play Fury the entire expansion? No, you probably want to try out Arms at some point. And really in a raid setting. So I was personally feeling that Frost was getting a little bit stale. Now the reason I was feeling that Frost was getting a little bit stale, and I know this happens with other classes, and I'm sure a lot of you guys experience this with your classes, when the spec is just too linear, it just gets boring. And Frost, personally, for me, having just one cookie cutter build was just tough, man. It really was very difficult because there's no diversity with the spec. It's you play this build all the time. There's no exchanging out talents for any situation. So it's kind of a nice change to be able to go to Unholy and not only be able to try out a new spec, but have different builds within that spec. You know, you have the Defile build. Soul Reaper is kind of viable in Mythic Plus, not really in Raid. But you also have Dark Arbiter then. So you have 3 different builds that you can play around with, 2 being incredibly strong in their own rights, 1 being a decent choice if you're under-geared, really. So I personally just think that Frost was getting a little old. The new tier set wasn't too strong. It didn't change up the spec at all. So that's why I'm okay with this change. The other reason I'm okay with this change, and this is where it gets kind of selfish, is I already had the Legendary Shoulders going in to patch 7.2.5. So I'm okay with this change because I was able to make the change very easily. I didn't have to go fishing for Unholy Legendaries and get lucky within 7 different Legendaries, which I'm sure a lot of you Frost DKs out there are experiencing, because my first Legendary ever in this expansion was the Legendary Shoulders. So if you're a Frost DK out there that is really reluctant to switch to Unholy because you haven't gotten lucky with your Legendaries, I definitely feel you. It's a tough situation. Just hold out a little bit longer. Don't worry, you'll get them. But the other opinion I have with this, and this is really where the brunt of this comes from, is I'm in a mindset constantly with World of Warcraft where I will play whatever is better with my class for progression. So if Frost is performing better, which you obviously saw in the previous tier, I'm going to play Frost. And the reason I'm going to play Frost is because if I'm playing the other spec, which at the time was Unholy, which is doing significantly less damage, I'm impairing my raid in my mind, and this might not go for you guys, but in my mind, I'm impairing my raid because I could be playing the spec that's doing more damage, and I'm doing it for what I believe is selfish reasons. Maybe I find Unholy more fun. Well, me having a little bit more fun is costing my raid at the time, what was it, like 200-300k DPS for Frost was being Unholy by on some fights. Just a ridiculous number. Unholy was very underpowered with their insanely bad tier 19. I think their tier 20, in my opinion, is just amazing. I love their tier 20. It's, in my opinion, for DKs overall, one of the best tier bonuses that DKs have had in a long time. But just if you're in a situation where you're a Frost DK, you might not have the best Legendaries going in, and you're feeling like you have to switch to Unholy, try it out, try the builds out, and play around with them. They're a lot of fun. They really are. I know that this comes disappointment to a lot of Frost DKs out there that originally came to my videos for my Frost content. Don't worry, the Frost content is not going to stop. I'm still going to be doing Frost content. So what I'm going to be doing with my insane DPS guides is once we have the first kill on farm, where I can record my Insane DPS guide videos, I will be doing the next kill as Frost in order to get out the videos for you people who are still staying Frost DKs that want those guides. I will still be doing the major guides for Frost DKs, as I will be for Unholy as well. And I'm also going to be doing discussions about anything that comes for Frost DKs. I might even move into Blood because I do tank a lot, and I don't want to be just into one DK spec. I want to do all the DK specs because I play all of the DK specs, so I'm fairly knowledgeable on all of them. So I hope you guys really enjoy this insight. If you have any questions for me personally, post them down in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.